Hey everyone, please support what I do to help keep Greyhawk alive by subscribing to the channel. Also, please consider becoming a channel member to get early access to videos, exclusive live chats, quarterly adventure modules, and more. Thanks, and enjoy the show. I'm going to continue my series on how to begin in Greyhawk with a quick talk about what books do you need to really run the setting. Today on Greyhawk Ragnarok. So I'm aiming this at people who are new to the world of Greyhawk, and I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm going to try to keep it to stuff that's still in print on Drive-Thru-RPG. So the first thing I would recommend is this. This is called the Gold Box set. This was originally published in like 1982 or 81, and it is a treasure trove of information on the setting. It gives you overviews of all the cities and the kingdoms and the history and so forth. It gives you all the different races and where they are and encounter tables and stuff like that. It's all very, very rules light, because it's made. It was made for first edition AD&D, but that's not really going to matter if you're playing 5th edition because almost all of this stuff is going to translate pretty well. It's got the gods, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. It is available as a print-on-demand reprint on Drive-Thru. You can also get it as PDF. It comes with these beautiful maps. You can see a sample of what these maps look like. Mine are a little bigger, obviously. But it's got everything the beginner DM needs to get started in the world of Greyhawk, and it is deliberately doesn't flood you with information. Each kingdom has like a couple of paragraphs, and then they go on to the next. But it is full of very evocative stuff that is going to help the DM to really just use your own imagination and take things in the direction that you want them to take. Now, secondly. And the only problem with this one that I see is that it is not set in the current year of the setting. Obviously it's got a calendar, and the gold box takes place in 576, the year 576. The timeline of the setting has advanced since then. Over the years, different things have been published, new box sets, stuff's happened in the setting. So they came out with this book, The Adventure Begins. This is set in 591, so this is current year, at least as of the time I'm recording this. And it is not nearly as comprehensive as the other book, but it does have a lot of great material. It catches you up on all the changes that have happened between this and this. So there's a lot of history in here, a lot of ideas for plots and adventures and stuff like that. It does zero in on some important locations, such as the city of Greyhawk, which obviously the world of Greyhawk is named after, and things like that. So it gives you a little more of a lower view of that, of those important locations. But it's really crammed full of great information, all the stuff you need. It's got an overview of the city itself. So there's just all kinds of good information, and it catches you up. So now you're in the current year. So between the two of these, you're gonna have everything you need to run a game in Greyhawk, at least to make your own adventures. But what if you don't want to run your own adventures? What if you want to run a pre-published adventure? Well, fortunately, Wizards of the Coast has you covered. Ghosts of Saltmarsh was published a few years ago. It is an update to 5th edition rules and an expansion of an old series of adventures called the Saltmarsh things. There's, I think the original was 3 modules. This says it has 7 in it. Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh and so on. I've not played the 5th edition version, but I have played the 1st edition version, and it is a fantastic first adventure. It's intended for low-level characters. You can get your feet wet, no pun intended, and really get an idea of what it's like to play in Greyhawk. It's not an easy adventure. It's not intended to be. You're very likely going to lose a couple party members, at least in the initial runs, and that's part of Greyhawk's charm. It doesn't try to coddle you. So anyway, so this is in print as of the time of this recording, but in my opinion, that is not the best starting module for Greyhawk. If you have first level characters and you just want to get involved in the setting, I would go with Temple of Elemental Evil. This is the classic starting adventure for Greyhawk. It has the village of Hamlet in it, and then the adventurers go to the Moat House, which is very famous as an adventuring location. Then they go on to the temple itself, which is very dangerous place, and you're supposed to infiltrate and sneak around and do all kinds of stuff. And there's lots of opportunities to die. Frankly, this is a first edition module. There was a 5th edition upgrade and expansion published by Goodman Games, which I believe is out of print at the moment, but you might be able to find it on eBay or Amazon or something like that. And if not, you can always convert yourself. It's not that hard to convert from 1st to 5th. But for my money, this is actually a better starting location for new players in the setting. But that does not mean that Saltmarsh is a bad starting location. That's just my own personal preference. So there you are. With those couple of books, you will be in great shape to get started on Greyhawk. There's a lot of other material out there, but one of the great things about Greyhawk is that it doesn't flood you with information. Every little corner of the world is not already described in nauseating detail, right? It's always at these kind of high-level detail overviews. Even the source books that were published later for individual regions really don't go into exacting detail about every little village. So there's plenty of room for a DM to make it their own and to fill in their own stuff and put in their own material, which is one of the things I really love about Greyhawk. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Hope this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments, if you have other questions or anything about, what would help you get into Greyhawk. I'd love to hear it. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.